Hello and welcome here. The Wonder Woman Gal Gadot wants to see a crossover between the MCU and DCEU. The superhero and comic book genre has grown tremendously over the past 20 years, dominating both the big and small screens. Wonder Woman is willing to interact with the MCU, despite the fact that Disney and Warner Bros. Discovery have no desire in seeing that happen. Gadot was questioned by Access at this year's D23 Expo if, despite her current DC role, she would ever be open to acting as a Marvel hero. She was there to promote the live-action Snow White remake. Gadot is more than just a game to pop into the MCU while presenting the concept of having Wonder Woman appear in an Avengers film and vice versa, even though nothing is currently in the works. She said, "Maybe we can do something like, Wonder Woman appears in the Avengers and the Avengers appears in Wonder Woman. We'll see. I'm open. I'm all about love and I like my friends both in DC and Marvel. So we'll see." Iron Man, starring Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, served as the first entry in Marvel Studios' 2008 MCU launching slate. The first movie from Marvel Studios served as the launchpad for what would eventually grow to be the largest and most lucrative live-action superhero universe. Despite its ups and downs, Warner Bros. Was able to launch the DC film franchise's cinematic universe in 2013 with Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. The DCEU still hasn't surpassed the MCU in terms of quality despite adding characters from the Justice League, the Suicide Squad, and other franchises. Despite numerous difficulties, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman franchise remains one of the current series remaining in the DCEU's future, with a new sequel being created. The possibility of a crossover between the MCU and DCEU at some time has always existed, despite the fact that the two franchises are produced by rival studios. A crossover event between the MCU and DCEU is more difficult to pull off, as much fun as it would be to watch the comic book film series coexist in the same universe. Only a few weeks before Gadot's remarks, Dwayne Johnson, who plays Black Adam, also expressed his desire to see a crossover between the DCEU and the MCU. Johnson went one step farther and said that, in his opinion, the question is not whether it will happen but rather when. Despite the fact that DC and Marvel Comics have done crossovers, there are a number of legal considerations that would take a lot of time to resolve in order for the DCEU and MCU to accomplish the same. The cost of character rights and other expenses would make a Justice League Avengers movie one of the costliest film endeavors, if one were to be considered. Instead of constant comparisons between the DCEU and MCU, it would be awesome to see Wonder Woman team up with any of the Avengers. Diana may never be able to join the MCU because to Wonder Woman's Gal Gadot. Nobody will stop thinking about what the studios may be able to do if they collaborated with the DCEU, though. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.